Hi friends, it's Mrs. Mayo and I'm in your beautiful garden again on a lovely spring day. And during one of our story times, we talked a lot about seeds. We read, Oh Say Can You Seed, and How Does a Seed Grow, and Maisie Grows a Garden. I thought today it would be fun to do something a little different, to learn how to plant those seeds, and you can do them at home. Spring is the very best time to start seeds because the air is getting warmer, the soil's getting warmer, the days are longer, but you still get rain to water your seeds. Sometimes you plant seeds directly in the ground, and sometimes you can start them in very special containers that you might just have at home. And seeds are just like you and me. They come in all different sizes. Today we're going to be planting sunflower seeds together because you should have gotten one of these packets. If you haven't, it'll be coming soon. It's when your parents pick up all your work packets. So let me see what's in this seed packet because they're all different. I took a bunch of sunflowers, I put them in a bowl, I mixed them up, and then I put them in these little containers. So let's see what kind I have in here. Oh my goodness, I put a lot in this one. You might get 4 or 5, or you might get a little bit more. Look at how different all those seeds are, but they're all sunflower seeds. I see a baby one and one that's a different color. And I see this, to me looks like a sunflower seed, doesn't it? But let's find out what kind of sunflowers these are. So these are the types of sunflowers I mixed up and put in your packets. And the first one, I'd never heard of this sunflower before. It's called Birds and Bees sunflowers. And it's going to be 6 to 7 feet tall. That's big. That's the one I said looks like a real sunflower seed. Can you see it? Do you know what I love about these seed packets? If you don't really know how to grow a seed, it gives you all the instructions. It tells you how deep to put the seed, how far apart to put the seed, when the seed should be planted in the ground, or if it should just go right into the ground. Some seeds like just to be put right in the ground. They don't want to go in a pot before. Ooh, this is pretty. This is called Royal Flush sunflowers. And these will be still pretty tall, 5 to 6 feet. Oh, and these are the little tiny black ones. Can you see them? The thing we have to know about these sunflower seeds, they're not the kind to eat. They're the kind to plant. Ooh, look at this one. This is a ginormous sunflower. It's called the Sunzilla, and it grows, you're not going to believe this, this grows 10 to 16 feet tall. And one more kind I put in the packets. It's another giant sunflower, and it's called the Heirloom Titan. Look at the gardener, and look at how tall the sunflowers are behind her. These grow 12 to 14 feet. They call them a mammoth sunflower. And this seed has been saved by gardeners for generations. For hundreds of years, a gardener grew it, and then when the plant made seed at the very end of its growing season, they saved them so that we can still plant this type of sunflower. It's called an heirloom sunflower. I'm sure glad somebody saved those seeds. And those are the seeds we're planting today, but do you want to know, I'm going to put this down for a second because it's a little windy in the garden today and it keeps blowing around. So I brought out some of my other seeds that are summer seeds that we're gonna start in the greenhouse. And then probably in about 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks, they can go out in the garden. Ooh, yummy. Who likes zucchini? I love zucchini. And that's a special kind. And this kind of seed likes to be started indoors. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna try these. What color is a strawberry? Red, right? Well, not all of them. That one's yellow. Ooh. Now I know that not everybody's a fan of tomatoes, but you know how good the tomatoes are in the Garden of Learning. And these are yummy tomatoes called Roma tomatoes. And the difference about this kind of tomato, they grow all at once. They all become mature, big tomatoes. Well, about this big, all at one time. So once you pick them, what are you gonna do with them? Well, you can make sauce for pizzas and for spaghetti sauces and all kinds. Cooks really like to plant Roma tomatoes. I love spinach. This is a very big spinach and it's called Oriental Giant Spinach. And it's telling me that we could plant this all the way where we live from September all the way through May. We could even have this spinach when it gets a little bit warmer. Oh, aren't these beautiful? Eggplants. Aren't those pretty? Because an eggplant usually that we see in the grocery store is just purple. But these are mauve and purple and pink. Yum. This is an orange tomato. Super good for us, really yummy. Very good in a salad, or bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich, or just all by itself. And in the Garden of Learning, we never grow spicy peppers, just super yummy, sweet, crunchy peppers. And this is called a sunset mix Italian peppers. Do you like peppers? And because it's still cool out, I can still keep planting lettuces in the garden. And I can still keep planting radishes in the garden. And I can still plant carrots in the garden. And who likes edamame, soybeans? I can still plant these too. Remember how I said our seeds come in all different sizes? Look how teeny tiny the carrot seed is. Oh my goodness. Oh, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, boys and girls, because they're so tiny. Can you see it? I hope so. But what amazes me the most, this is why I love seeds so much. Everything that seed needs to become a delicious carrot is all in that tiny, tiny seed. There's the little plant baby, the embryo, and its coat. I think that's just like a little miracle when these little seeds become vegetables. So boys and girls, you're probably wondering, what am I gonna plant my seeds in? Maybe you don't have a pot at home. That's okay, you don't have to plant in a pot. There are a lot of fun things we can use around our house to grow our seedlings. You have any water bottles? So I took this bottle, and an adult has to do this part, and you cut it off. And then, does this look like a seed can grow in there? I think so. I think so. But what I'm gonna do is actually plant. I can plant two ways. I can plant it in the top, but then I'm gonna have to water it every day, and I really don't know if I want to water it every day. So I think I'm gonna put the soil in the bottom, And you might think, I don't have any of that special soil that seeds like. That's okay. They're not picky. You can just go out and get a scoop of dirt from the ground or from a pot. Let me see. And I love the way this soil feels. See how it's light and fluffy? It makes it easy for the seeds to sprout. What do you think? Do you think that's pretty good? I do. So then I'm going to take my sunflower seeds. Maybe I think I want to start that big one. And it tells me right on the packet how far to plant it. And this one says I'm going to plant it 1 inch deep. So 1 inch, if you take your pointer finger and you see that first line, that's how deep you want to plant your seed. So I'm gonna make sure my soil's kind of nice and flat. I'm going to poke a hole, poke another hole, and another hole. I think that's enough room for my sunflower seeds. Then I will take my seeds and put 1 seed in each hole. There's my hole. There it is. And there it is. But they want to go to sleep, so I'm going to cover them up. See? You can't see them anymore, but they are in there. Who remembers what this seed is going to need to grow? Sunshine or light and water. And I forgot to bring my water with me, but as soon as I'm done, I'm going to put just enough water to make it moist. Moist like a sponge, but not sopping wet. We don't want our little seeds to drown. Then this comes the special part. I'm gonna put my top back on and wait till you see what's gonna happen in here. Oh, I can show you what's gonna happen. These are your seeds from the greenhouse. These, oh my goodness, are sunflower seeds. And they had a cover on them, so after I watered them, they made their own little watering system. Oh, and I haven't had to water them in 2 weeks. And that will be the same thing here. You'll sprinkle it with water and you'll see the water come up and go around and around. Aren't they beautiful? They did such a good job growing. I think that they're going to be ready to go out in the Garden of Learning. Oh, I know they're ready. Do you know how? Their roots are coming out the bottom. That means they want to say, let me out. And this is the part that amazes me the most. Can you see the seed is still on top? The seed started in the soil, water, it had bright light, and it came up and germinated. Can you see that? I'll show you the roots again. Yep, they really need to get into the ground. So if you have a container that's clear like this, you'll probably be able to see your seeds. But if you can't see them and they're in another kind of container, when none of these seeds actually now that I'm looking at them are ready to go into the ground because they only have 1 set of leaves. They need 2 before they can go in the ground. And they also need a good way to do your seeds to make them nice and strong. They gently stroke their stems. That makes them nice and strong, and I'm not making this stuff up. So they're gonna go back in the greenhouse to grow a little bit more. So let's say you don't have a bottle around the house. You don't have a seed container, a seed tray starter. Do you have a jar? A jar that you were gonna throw away or recycle? Jars work great too. Same idea. We put our soil in. You may be asking how much soil. I'm going to do it almost all the way up to the top. Almost. About, let's say, No, I was wrong. I think I just want to fill it about a little over halfway, because our seedlings are going to get pretty tall and we need them to stay in here before they go out in the garden. So same thing, I'm going to take my sunflower seeds. This time I'm going to plant a royal flush. And let me see, it tells me that it wants to be only a ½ inch deep because it's not as big as the other one. So put up your pointer finger again. So on my finger, ½ inch is like, see, there's my line. So it's about right to there. But don't worry if you don't get it exactly right. They're not that picky. So again, I'm gonna make my holes. I'm gonna take my seed, drop it in the holes. I'm gonna cover them up. Or you could push them back down a little bit more. Let's pretend this is a watering can, okay? Because I forgot mine. And a water. And a water. Then, I'm gonna shut it and I'm gonna put it on a sunny place. Well, this one I'm gonna put in the garden, in the greenhouse. You can put it on a sunny windowsill, somewhere where it's gonna get really bright light, and it's gonna do the same thing. It's gonna water and water and water. If you have a soup can that's getting thrown away, any kind of container will work just fine for your seeds. Another kind of fun way, an empty egg carton. That's a good way to start seeds too. So you can use your imagination and look around for something that's maybe gonna get thrown out or something that's gonna go into the recycling bin that you could use for your seeds. And would you like a story today? Just one story about seeds? Because you've done a lot of listening. And I hope I went through how to plant a seed. I hope I didn't forget any steps. And I told you that when it gets to be probably about that tall with 2 sets of leaves, you can put it in your garden. I did forget something. You can put it in your garden in a nice sunny spot. Somewhere, and it could go even in a container, it can go in the ground, but somewhere where it's going to get at least 6 hours of sun a day. That's probably where they got their name from, sunflower. And I have to get my book, it's under my chair. And I know, friends, you love this book because we read it before. And not that we have any of these in the Garden of Learning, but the bad seed. The bad seed. I'm a bad seed. A bad seed. Oh yeah, it's true. The other seeds, they look at me and they say, that seed is so bad. When they think I'm not listening, they mumble, there goes a bad seed. But I can hear them. I have good hearing for a seed. How bad am I? You really want to know? Well, I never put things back where they belong. I'm late to everything. I tell long jokes with no punchlines. I never wash my hands or my feet. I lie about pointless stuff, and I cut in line every time. I stare at everybody. I glare at everybody. I finish everybody's sentences, and I never listen. And I do lots of other bad things too. Know why? Because I'm a bad seed. A bad seed. Oh, look at sunflowers. I just can't help it. Sure, I wasn't always this bad. I was born a humble seed on a simple sunflower in an unremarkable field. I had a big family, seeds everywhere. We found ways of having fun. We were close. But then the petals dropped and our flower drooped. Uh-oh. It's kind of a blur. I remember a bag. Then everything went dark. And then, a giant. I thought I was a goner. I thought I was done for. I screamed and hollered, ah! But I was spit out at the last possible second. I flew through the air and I landed under the bleachers with a huge thud. When I woke up, it was dark outside and a wad of gum had softened my fall. I felt okay, but something had changed in me. I became a different seed entirely. I'd become a bad seed. A bad seed. That's right. I stopped smiling. I kept to myself. I drifted. I was friend to nobody and bad to everybody. I was lost on purpose. I lived inside a soda can. I didn't care, and it suited me. Until recently, I made a big decision. I decided I don't want to be a bad seed anymore. I'm ready to be happy. It's hard to be good when you're used to being bad, but I'm trying. I'm taking it one day at a time. Sure, I forget to listen, and I still show up late, and I still talk during movies. I do all kinds of other bad stuff. But I also say thank you, and I say please, and I smile. And I hold doors open for people. Not always, but sometimes. And even though I still feel bad sometimes, I also feel kind of good. It's sort of a mix. And all I can do is keep trying and keep thinking, maybe I'm not such a bad seed after all. Hey, look, there goes that bad seed. Well, actually, he's not all that bad anymore. I heard that. Well, friends, it's time for me to say goodbye. Until next time, and good luck. I'd love to see pictures of what you are growing your seeds in and how they are doing. So till next time, bye.